إنني هداني ربي إلى صراط مستقيم دينا قيما ملة إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المشركين.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah and welcome back. Anas Khan says, can I pray taraweeh with the Imam and also tahajjud before suhoor? And how to pray tahajjud if we had prayed witr already after taraweeh? This is frequently asked question. So listen to me and listen to me well. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, he who offers prayer with the Imam, and he's referring to taraweeh prayer, until he finishes and concludes all of his prayers, then Allah would reward him as if he had prayed the whole night. So this is hadith 1, meaning that if I prayed Isha with the Imam and I prayed taraweeh until he offered witr, and I offer salam with him, then Allah rewards me as if I prayed from Isha till Fajr, the whole night prayer. The second hadith, the Prophet said ﷺ, that there are no 2 witr per night. Meaning that if you performed witr with taraweeh, you cannot perform witr after tahajjud. And there are a number of other hadiths, but these are the most important. So to combine 2, Anas, if you pray with the Imam until he's finished with his witr, then you go home and you decide to pray tahajjud or whatever night prayer you want. This is legit, this is permissible. You pray 2 rak'ahs, salam, 2 rak'ahs, salam, 2 rak'ahs, salam, as many as you want. But you do not repeat the witr. One says, okay, then is it okay if when the Imam performs witr and gives salam, instead of me giving salam, I stand up and add another rak'ah, so my total number of rak'ahs that I've performed with the Imam would be even numbers? The answer is yes, this is permissible. But is it recommended? The answer is no. Why? Because shaitan will penetrate your heart and make others think that, oh, mashallah, he offered an additional rak'ah, meaning that he is definitely going to pray home. He is a man of righteousness and of worship. So no need to do that. The third hadith, which I did not mention, was that Mother Aisha said that the Prophet ﷺ, after offering the witr prayer at the end of the night, he used to pray 2 rak'ahs afterwards, sitting down, and it was light, quick. Meaning that you can pray after witr without any problem, insha'Allah. Ali says, I had a question that traveling for entertainment and fun exempts us from fasting, does it? Not because it's necessity, just for example, going for vacations. The answer would be, as long as you're not committing sin, you're not traveling for sin, as the jurors describe. Those who go to other countries to fornicate, to drink alcohol, to go to movies, etc., these are sinful, and their intention of travel is sinful, so they may not break their fast, they may not shorten their prayers, because they are on a sinful journey. However, if someone during the month of Ramadan wants to go on a vacation, is this haram? Definitely not. As long as it's a halal vacation, you're going to halal places, you have the permission from Allah to skip Ramadan and to shorten your prayers and combine them when necessary. But is it recommended? This is up to you. You are the best judge of your situation. Someone says, I don't have any opening in the year except during the month of Ramadan to go and visit my mom, to visit my father, to travel all the way back to their country, because I've migrated from my motherland and now I'm a citizen of another country for good. So in this case, this is permissible and there's no problem in that, inshallah. Saqib says, is it permissible to pray taraweeh behind an imam who recites very fast? Now, this again is a problem, and it reminds us of the beginning of today's episode. The people have lost their compass. They are more interested in quantity rather than quality. And this is not the best thing to do as per Islam. Therefore, if a person had the choice whether to pray behind an imam who prays fast or to pray home because there isn't any other masjid around him, what to do? I would personally direct the brother to pray behind the imam. Though the imam is not doing the right thing or not following the sunnah, and he's definitely wrong, yet by praying behind him until he finishes his taraweeh would give you the credit of praying the whole night. And nothing can beat that. If you want, do like Anas, go back home and offer few more rak'ahs with pondering and with khushu'. That would be, inshallah, a win-win situation. Asif from India.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salamullah.
Yes, sir, Ramadan Mubarak to you, and may Allah bless us all in this holy month.
Ameen, and you and your family as well.
Jazakallah khair. Actually, my question is, what is the maximum duration during which we can consider ourselves that we are traveling? For example, my father generally stays in his hometown, but during the time of Ramadan, he visits to his son, my elder brother, and sometimes he remains there for a month. And he says that journey period, it depends. Sometimes maybe 4 days, sometimes 19 days. And sometimes I've seen he shortened the prayer for the whole month. So what is the maximum duration during which you can assume that you are traveling and you can shorten your prayer? That is the first question.
Okay.
And the second question is, for example, I'm going from place A to place B, and I'll be in place B for 2 days, and I will go to my destination, place C. So during these 2 days, in the month of Ramadan, is it considered in suhr, and we are allowed to keep fasting? If we can leave it, means is it a part of the journey or no?
I'm assuming that A is not your hometown.
Yeah. Actually, for example, I am in Saudi Arabia now, and my destination is Delhi. But for 2 days, I will be in Bombay. I will go to Bombay first. I will be there for 2 days, and I will go back to Delhi, which is my hometown, you can say, my settling place.
Okay. Any more questions?
Asking what is the situation.
Okay, I will answer, inshallah. Brother Asif from India is saying that what is the duration of a journey where I'm entitled to shorten my prayers and to skip fasting Ramadan? The Quran did not specify a duration. The Sunnah certainly did not specify a duration. The Prophet ﷺ had a number of journeys where he skipped fasting and where he shortened prayers ranging from 4 days to 19 days, and we don't have a limit for that. And this is why scholars say, such Ibn Taymiyyah, Sheikh bin Uthaymeen, Sheikh Al-Albani, and other great scholars of Islam, say that it depends on your situation as an individual. You and I can travel to, let's say, Delhi. And after 5-6 days of our travel, I feel at home. The apartment I rent or the hotel room I have is so comfortable. I go to the salat, I come back, everything is set. I feel like home. So I complete my prayers and I fast. You, on the other hand, may not feel so comfortable. Let's not say it's Delhi, let's say it's Chennai, because Delhi is your hometown. You don't feel so comfortable, and you may stay there for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, still not accustomed to being there and not settled. So you continue to shorten and you have the right to skip fasting Ramadan. Therefore, if your father goes to your brother and he stays there for a month, if he is settled after 1 week, which usually most of parents are, because they have their own room and they are comfortable with their grandchildren and they feel home, then after that they have to complete. If he doesn't feel settled for a whole month, he can shorten the whole thing. It's something between him and Allah Azza wa Jal. No one can hold him accountable or put him in jail for it, because it is something between him and Allah. His second question was that he's going from Saudi Arabia to Mumbai and then from Mumbai to Delhi. His hometown is Delhi. So once he leaves Saudi Arabia, is he allowed to shorten prayers and skip fasting? The answer is yes. The moment you fly away, and you're airborne, then you may shorten prayers, skip fasting until you reach your hometown. So if you go to Dubai, if you go to Mumbai, if you go to any other destination, you're still a traveler. The moment you set foot in your hometown, which is Delhi, then you cannot shorten nor skip Ramadan, and Allah knows best. We have a short break. Stay tuned, and inshallah we'll be right back. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and welcome back. Therefore, if your father goes to your brother and he stays there for a month, if he is settled after 1 week, which usually most of parents are, because they have their own room and they are comfortable with their grandchildren and they feel home, then after that they have to complete. If he doesn't feel settled for a whole month, he can shorten the whole thing. It's something between him and Allah Azza wa Jal. No one can hold him accountable or put him in jail for it, because it is something between him and Allah. His second question was that he's going from Saudi Arabia to Mumbai and then from Mumbai to Delhi. His hometown is Delhi. So once he leaves Saudi Arabia, is he allowed to shorten prayers and skip fasting? The answer is yes. The moment you fly away, and you're airborne, then you may shorten prayers, skip fasting until you reach your hometown. So if you go to Dubai, if you go to Mumbai, if you go to any other destination, you're still a traveler. The moment you set foot in your hometown, which is Delhi, then you cannot shorten nor skip Ramadan, and Allah knows best. Fahim says, in a house, there were previously 3 earners. So in short, now there is the brother and a sister who are working, and a mother who isn't, and another brother who isn't. And the question is, can we give zakat to the son or his mother to turn in order to compensate for their daily expenses? First of all, the children cannot give their mother from the zakat, or the father. A person cannot give his parents from zakat, nor his children, because he is obliged by law in Islam to provide for them. So as a man and as a woman, you must give your mother what she needs for her daily expenses. As for your brother, if the brother were to die, would you inherit him? The answer is yes, because he's not married and he doesn't have children of his own. So if this poor brother were to die, the mother would get her share of inheritance, and the rest would be distributed between his brother and his sister. And therefore, you cannot give him from zakat. Because Allah Azza wa Jal stated in chapter 2, وَعَلَى الْوَارِثِ مِثْلُ ذَلِكَ, meaning the provision, giving allowance or providing for a person is a must if you were to inherit him if he were to die. And therefore, the answer for your question, Siyam, no, you cannot give your mom and you cannot give your brother from the zakat. If your brother is poor or needy, but he's married and with children, meaning that his children will block you from inheriting him, in this case, yes, you can give him from the zakat. Fatima says, is it compulsory to complete the whole Quran in Ramadan? A short answer is no. Completing the whole Quran in Ramadan is not compulsory. And this is one of the misconceptions that a lot of the imams of the masjid believe. And this is why sometimes they hasten to recite the Quran per night in like 40 minutes or 30 minutes, one juz'. So they're like the Ferrari imam. They recite something, those followers behind him do not understand, and I doubt that he himself understands what he's reciting. What are you doing? Quran was revealed to be pondered upon, to think over the verses, and not just to say it like anything, like a song or a poem. But these guys don't understand the essence and the importance of quality. So it is not a must. Is it recommended? Definitely, as mentioned earlier in hadith of Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, may Allah be pleased with him, and with his father, that the Prophet ordered him alayhi salatu wasalam to recite the Quran once every month, not in Ramadan. In the other 11 months, this is the norm, the minimum, but it's not mandatory. So when we come to someone wanting to give you money, would you like me to give you €1 or 100,000? No one would say, a euro would do. Everyone would go for the highest. Everyone would go for the glory. Now, why is it when it comes to Jannah, people say, Firdaus, paradise? No, it's too far. I'd rather stay next to the doormat where they put the shoes at the very lowest level. This is not going to work. When a student comes at the end of the year and says, all what I care about is the passing grade, 50 out of 100 would do, I guarantee you that this person would fail. And if a person goes for the glory and says, I want 100% full mark, if he gets 95, that's good enough. At least he's still an honor student. So why is it when we come to the Quran, we say, oh, no. Is it mandatory? No, it's not. So I'm not going to recite it. Why not finish it 4 or 5 times a month? Try your level best to gain, because each letter is one good deed. Alif is one good deed. Lam is one good deed. Mim. And each good deed is multiplied to 10, and the 10 to 700, and to many, many more folds. So why look down upon yourself and not go for the very best? Kafila, or Kafila, she says that she has a question about the evil eye. We know that the hadith of Sahl ibn Hanif and Amir ibn Rabi'a, may Allah be pleased with them, when an incident happened and Amir looked at Sahl's skin and said, whoa, this skin is so soft and clean and pure. It's like the skin of a virgin. And the man fell on the spot. He got affected by an evil eye. The Prophet told Amir ibn Rabi'a to perform wudu and to wash the inside of his apron and clothes, and then pour the water on Sahl ibn Hanif, and he was cured. So Kafila is asking, how many times do we have to repeat this? The answer is once. You don't do it more than once. So what happens if I'm not cured? Then the evil eye did not come to you from this particular individual. And then a sister says, I got engaged recently, and she wants to know what are her limits with her fiance. The answer is nil. You do not have any communication with your fiance. If you are engaged now, you are not allowed to go out with him or chit-chat with him. She says, can we go for coffee or dinner or go to the movies? What is this? No. So this is dating. This is not permissible in Islam. So many engagements that I know of were broken after they went to dinner, after they went out, after they did things, and now they're not engaged anymore. So is this halal? Definitely not. Once the marriage contract is done, then they are in the clear, insha'Allah Azza wa Jal.
إنني هداني ربي إلى صراط مستقيم دينا قيما ملة إبراهيم حنيفا وما كان من المشركين